Cross Changer! What's going on, everybody? It's Blackwing2040. Welcome back to the channel to another Super Sentai review. Today's Sentai review is going to be on 1991's Chojin Sentai Jetman. And this is definitely going to be a heavy Sentai review, but this is also an iconic Sentai season. This is like my third time watching this show, and again, I have a great time watching this show. Of course, there are a few episodes that give the show a little bit of a slow up, but it doesn't take away from the overarching storytelling and the plot of the show. And with the show being released in 1991, the plot of the show is this. It takes place in 1991 on the Earth ship, the command center of an international defense agency called Skyforce, the Guardians of Peace on Earth. In the ship, scientists have developed birdonic waves. I kid you not, that's what happens. A newly developed technology which gives the subject superhuman abilities. The experiments called J Project were successful. Aya Odagiri, the director of the project, chose 5 elite Skyforce officials from Earth to use this technology. Ryu Tendo, one of the Skyforce officers, was successfully exposed to the birdonic waves, making him the first Jetman, the Red Hawk. However, the Earthship is suddenly attacked by Vyram, an evil outer-dimensional organization bent on interdimensional domination. They successfully destroy the ship and seemingly kill Ryu's lover and fellow candidate member, Rie, in the chaos. The remaining birdonic waves that were meant for the other 4 officials become scattered on Earth, hitting 4 civilians instead. Odagiri and Ryu successfully escape and begin searching on Earth for the 4 remaining Jetmen, training them to aid them in stopping Byron's plans of conquering our dimension. Just right off the bat, heavy plot line, heavy details. It's amazing. And what the portion of what saying that the 4 other Jetman characters who get their powers that got hit by birdonic waves when they come to Earth, or when they hit Earth, I'm just like, that's kind of a little bit of a Fantastic Four nod right there, even though it's 5 of them. But I kind of like what they did there, if you think about it. But going on to the suits of these shows, I love the suits. The suits are really great. I love the retractable wings within the suit. It gives them an amazing flight capabilities. Also, if you are familiar with the anime show Gatchaman, that's where pretty much the suits get their inspiration from. And I haven't watched Gatchaman before, but when you look at the picture of Gatchaman and you look at the Jetman suits, you definitely see the resemblance and the bird aesthetic going forth with these suits. And I like that. It's pretty dope. And one thing about Jetman, it gives you action, it gives you overarching romance plot between the heroes, and to some extent the villains as well, to some extent, but not all the time. But most of all, the romance plot is focused on here in the heroes, and it is overarching, and it's pretty good, if I might say. So let's start talking about our characters. Let's start with the Rangers, of course, starting off with Ryu, aka Red Hawk. Ryu is a strong, born-built leader. This guy is determined. His main goal is to get the job done, defeat the Vyram, but also he struggles with, the loss of his girlfriend, Rie, and I'm going to get to her in a moment because it is some very heavy detail regarding her. Ryu, as strong as he is, he still deals with the guilt with not being able to save his girlfriend after the Vyram attacked the Earth ship, which I get. The dude has a lot riding on the line. He feels like he has nothing left to fight for. And it also kind of coincides to when he finds out that Rie is alive. And that kind of puts him at odds when he figures out who Rie is and what she's doing. So, but this also goes in forth with the next character I'm going to talk about, Black Condor, aka Guy. Honestly, the best character in the show. Think of Guy as Raphael times 10, who's always trying to hook up with every single girl, every girl that he sees. That's basically what Guy is. A womanizer, but also a great musician, a great saxophone player. Now, Guy and Ryu butt heads all the time. Well, I wouldn't say all the time, practically every so often. But the rivalry between these two, it's they start butting heads in the beginning, and then as the show progresses, they become such good teammates. The camaraderie between these two are strong, and I like that. Guy is definitely one of the characters who gets so much focus to the point where he wants he just wants to be appreciated, if you know what I mean. But even by the time when it gets to the finale of the show, or pretty much the end of the show, he goes through such an overarching change that he's a changed man. But the crazy aspect about Guy is that his character gets killed off at the end of the show. And I'm not talking about after, like literally after they defeat the Vyram and everything. The show goes through like a 3-year time skip, and Guy gets killed off before he can get to the wedding of the next character I'm about to bring up, Kaori, who is White Swan. And this is the love triangle aspect that I'm talking about. Kaori, she's the rich girl slash princess of the team. Um, she has a big crush on Ryu. Guy has a massive crush on Kaori. Again, Ryu's not returning the feelings to Kaori, and Kaori's not returning her feelings to Guy. Now, Guy went through 2 near-death situations in this show, and Kaori officially decides to, show her feelings to Guy after he almost died a second time. And the two hit it off nicely, but it's not always a good relationship between these two because they're like 2 polar opposites and they don't match. It doesn't work well at all. It's even a point where Kaori introduces Guy to her parents, and they just keep asking him so many questions of like what he does, what kind of job that he has, and Guy is just like, I can't take this anymore. I am out of here. And so it's very just, it's strange, but also it's very interesting how after the 3-year time skip, you know, Ryu and Kaori decide to officially get hitched and get married. And I guess within that 3-year time skip, Guy and Kaori, I guess they broke up on equal terms, mutual equal terms. And he's supporting his best friends getting married. And before he can get to the wedding, he stops a mugger from getting robbed and he gets stabbed. He makes it to the wedding, but of course he's bleeding out. They don't show that he's bleeding out, but dude is like looking like he's keeled over on a bench. Ryu goes up to him and is like, yo, Guy, you all right? And, they take one last picture together, and the team takes, one big group shot, but Guy's not in the picture because he's left on the bench, keeled over, and gone. That's it. And the crazy thing is, the actor that plays Guy, he actually suggested that his character get killed off, which is mind-boggling to me because usually when it comes to character deaths in Sentai, it's either the Sixth Ranger, a mentor, or a side character that gets killed off in a Sentai show. In this case, it's a main member of the team that gets offed. And he gets offed at the very end, at the show's conclusion. It's not a bad thing because by that point, the day is saved. The Earth is, the Earth has been protected. Their job is done, right? So what is there left to do? Go back to normal society, I guess. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out that way for Guy. Now, Kaori, Guy, and Ryu, the love triangle does tend to get a little sometimes it can get very overbearing because it just turns out to be just like, you know, I like you, but I don't really like you because I'm not reciprocating these feelings. It is crazy. It's just to the point where Guy and Ryu are just like throwing hands with each other every so often, like every minute. But Kaori, she does come into her own, especially when she finds out that about Ryu's girlfriend, Rie. She becomes a lot more understanding, and she even comes to the point where she tries to be like a better woman than Rie, even though she hasn't met her. So it's weird how some of her motivations are used for her character. But again, it's going to get explained a little bit detail when I get to talking about Rie. Now, the next ranger I want to talk about is Raita. Now, Raita, I feel like he really got the short end of the stick. The reason why I say that is because I feel as though when he has a good, kind of bond with Kaori, and there is one episode where he feel like he does admit he kind of does have feelings for her, but it's never moved on ever as soon as he admitted that. So to that point, Kaori just sees Raita as just, it's just a mutual friend, mutual friend from work. That's about it. He is the muscle of the team, but he also has a big heart as well. Think of Raita as that not overly protective, but you could say that protective big brother for Kaori. And that's basically what Raita is. I feel like he doesn't get enough time to shine because of the overarching plot that focuses on Ryu, Guy, and Kaori. That's my only issue. And this also goes in forth. We're talking about the next ranger on the team, Akko, Blue Swan. And I forgot to mention, Raita's designation is Yellow Owl. So Akko, who is the youngest member of the team, she also gets the short end of the stick as well. She's very spunky. She's very energetic. She really likes to make fun of her teammates from time to time. But I just really wish they could have done a little bit more of her character. That's about it. Her and Raita really pretty much don't get that much to do. And with her, Kaori being the only girls on the team, they have a few moments where they get like probably one or two focus episodes together, and that's about it. But it's I wish she got more. She's okay. She's not the best ranger. That's all I could say. Now, I want to talk about the mentor of the team, Commander Aya. This woman is one of the best Sentai mentors. I didn't say she is. She's one of the best Sentai mentors out there. And she whips these guys into shape every single time. She does not take no for an answer. She believes in her team no matter what. And especially, she's like the mother hen of the Jetman. I just said mother hen just because of the birds and everything. But anyway, Commander Aya is so dope. She even controlled the Megazord within the show on a few occasions. That just shows you how much of a goat she is. Amazing. And I love her character. She's definitely up there as one of the best mentors. And of course, when it comes time to protecting the Earth, she will pretty much tell these Rangers off. She will give them the cold hard facts about what their mission is, whether they don't like it or not. And that's one of the things why I love about Commander Aya. She's dope. All right, now let's get on to the villains. The first villain is Radiget, or Radiget. I think I probably mispronounced it. Radiget, he's such a cold, cruel, doesn't give a damn kind of villain. And you gotta have those kind of villains in shows. And I like Radiget. He also has a monster form that he transforms into like probably like 2-3 times within the show. And the funny thing is about the Vyram, they have like this competition within each other where they want to see like who's gonna be the one to defeat the Jetman. And Radiget is always trying to one up everybody. But the cool thing is, like, he doesn't like to be, second rate. He wants to prove that he is the best. He wants to prove that he has the right to be the leader of the Vyram and show that I'm the boss. Everything I says goes. I'm going to let y'all do y'all plans. But just so you know, my plan is the one that's going to succeed. Even though that technically doesn't happen. But you get my point with Radiget's personality. Now, the next character I want to talk about, the next villain of the Vyram, is Tran. Also, Tran/Tranza. Now, he has two forms. So, Tran is pretty much a young boy. He has a gamer glove as a weapon. I kind of find him, I kid you not, I kind of find him annoying a little bit. He doesn't really do much, of course, besides, with the rest of the Vyram creating a monster of the week like everybody else. But when he turns into Tranza, it's no hold barred between Tranza and Radiget. And the reason why I say that is because he transformed he becomes Transit because the whole team kept making fun of him because, oh, you're such a kid. You fail every time. You really do suck. And so when he came back as Transa, he was like, oh, so y'all were making fun of me now. All right, I'm in charge. He even kicked Radigan out from time to time. And there's a bit in like one moment where Radigan's down on the ground and Transa's like, say my name, Radigan. What's my name? He was like, I'm not saying, Radigan's like, I'm not saying your name. He kicks him again. It's like, Radigan, say my name. I was like, all right. Your name is Emperor Transa. You got it. But the crazy thing is, after the Jetmen defeat Transa, Radigan finds him battered and beaten up, stabs his hand, and puts his foot on Transa's head, say like, Transa, say my name. I was like, he's like, all right, Radigan. I'm like, Radigan, what? All right, Emperor Radigan, you got it. And he messed him up so much mentally that he ended up he put Transa in a mental facility. Like the dude's mind was nothing but left him in a vegetative state. It was brutal. I'm like, whoa, he just damaged him to the point where he's so far gone. And I kind of like, I love it when villain teams have like a little bit of bickering or like a little discord among the ranks. It makes for such great storytelling. I love that. Now, the next villain to talk about is Gray. Now, Gray is a very interesting character because he's just a robot, but he wants to learn about everything. He wants to learn about emotions. He wants to learn about love. He wants to learn about feelings. He wants to learn about life, honor. He's curious about the world around him. But don't mistake his curiosity for not wanting to destroy the Jetman. Because trust me, when this guy comes onto the battlefield, he's packing heat. He's got missiles on his wrists. He's got a freaking rocket launcher prepped and ready to go. I kid you not. He is a beast in battle. And to the point where he met his final demise against Guy, he showed true ownership as a warrior and just he just accepts his defeat by Guy. And I love the rivalry between him and Guy. It's amazing. I love it. But it also kind of confuses me to a certain story point, and this is going to bring up the next and final character I'm going to talk about, Ryu, aka Maria. Now, like I said earlier, when Ryu got blown out out of the Earthship, she was kidnapped by the Vyram and she got brainwashed and she became the villain, Maria. Now, when Ryu found out that his girlfriend was alive, this is what hesitated him to fight her every time on the battlefield. So when it came to the point when Maria got transformed back into Ryu, she even tried to she almost committed suicide. But when Radigan had that opening and she stabbed him in the back with a sword, and Radigan sliced her to the point where she is not coming back from that injury, she told Ryu to forget about her, move on with your life. I am long gone. I'm like, I cannot be forgiven for the actions that I have done as Maria. So this put Ryu at such a disappointed state to the point where Kaori has to be the one to be like, look, don't forget about the promise, or pretty much don't forget about Ryu's last wish before she died. She wants you to move on and have a great life. Even though she said forget about her, cherish the memories that you had about her. Forget about the evil don't remember her for the evil that she's done, but remember for all the good times that you spent together as a boyfriend and girlfriend. And it's a tragic story. It's a tragic moment that happens, but it's just so wow. Now, her relation, when she's Maria, Gray kind of finds this attraction to her, and every time she's playing the piano, he grows to whenever she's in danger, Gray's always the one trying to rescue her. It's just a weird story plot that kind of develops, but it doesn't go anywhere that much at all. That's all that kind of happens with it. But overall, it's a beautiful story. Of course, the romance plot takes up most of the show. Like I said, Rie and Gray wanting trying quote unquote have a thing, and then you have Ryu, Guy, and Kaori, that love triangle that happens. And it's again, the romance takes up most of the show, but it's a really great show overall. Honestly, Jetman is definitely GOAT. It is worth your time. It is worth your energy. I definitely recommend you guys check out Chojin Sentai Jetman. And where you can guys watch the show, you can watch it on Tubi. It's available to watch, and you can order the DVD on shoutfactory.tv and also on Amazon. I'll be leaving a link to that in the description below. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching my review of Chojin Sentai Jetman. If you've seen Jetman, what did you think of Chojin Sentai Jetman? Did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? Do you think it was in between? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this review, and I'll be seeing you next time on the review of Ryu Sentai Zyuranger, the show that gave us Mighty Morphin Power Rangers here in the States. And I'm just being very honest here, folks. I'm not looking forward to watching that show again, but I do it because of you guys. So until then, thank you so much for watching. Follow me on all my socials: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and TikTok. I'll be leaving those in the description below. But until then, I am Vengeance. I am Darkness. I am Blackwing. Stay golden.